Is it true that wealthy people are born wealthy? How do they accumulate wealth and keep it? Hello everyone and welcome to this channel that will teach you how to manage your money wisely. In this video, we'll show you the 7 expenses that wealthy people avoid. If you're new to this channel, click the subscribe button below for more life hacks that will help change your life. Most individuals believe that being wealthy gives them the financial freedom to spend their money on whatever they desire. However, this is not the case. Regardless of how much money they have in their bank accounts, all wealthy individuals have one thing in common: they avoid wasteful spending. In other words, even if they can afford not to, they spend consciously. Even when they have a lot of money, wealthy people prefer to get better bargains, live simple lives, and spend their money on necessities rather than wants. 1. Debt repayments. The first expense that all wealthy individuals try to avoid is debt repayment, which includes any additional fees involved with lending money to others. I'm not suggesting that debt is your biggest financial foe by saying this. In fact, the wealthy frequently use this concept in order to increase their fortune. This may be true, but debtors aren't the same. With millions of dollars in debt obligations running on his end, Jared Kushner is just waiting, while student loans and costly house ownership plans have devastated the life of another person. Rich people recognize that using someone else's money to make an investment is a risky proposition that can quickly spiral out of control. As a result, many of them prefer not to take the risk. They rarely consider options such as several credit cards, vehicle loans, and home ownership plans in this regard. I'm only trying to make you understand that debt repayment is an expense that could hamper your financial life and possibly obstruct your path to financial freedom if you don't have a suitable financial contingency plan in place. Because, like problems, toxic debt is extremely easy to get into and extremely difficult to get out of. Let's take college debt as an example. How long will it take them to pay back a $26,900 student loan? The Department of Education stated that this may take up to 20 years, which is 5 times longer than the usual time spent in college. This debt will almost certainly have amassed a significant amount of interest by the conclusion of this term. And you'll end up repaying even more than you borrowed. This is why wealthy individuals avoid debt wherever possible, and if they must, they make sure they have a well-defined repayment strategy. You can make a lot of money without borrowing if you're smart. 2. Expensive real estate. Another pricey luxury item that wealthy people avoid is having numerous expensive and luxurious homes. Despite the fact that they live in luxurious mansions, you will find that these houses were not purchased at their current values. And even if they were, the values do not come close to that individual's net worth. Because, let's face it, buying an expensive house in an exclusive neighborhood is an ineffective method of wealth accumulation. I understand that this statement contradicts what is being seen and heard in social media about rich homes and celebrity displays. But, in reality, self-made billionaires are exceedingly cautious when it comes to home ownership. They will buy a low-priced house in a productive neighborhood and let its value increase over time, allowing them to resell it at a great profit, thanks to well-calculated investing moves. It's no surprise that Warren Buffett has lived in the same property since 1958 and that its worth has nearly tripled. Unlike ordinary people who frequently take out large loans to purchase a trendy home, the majority of wealthy people will tell you that buying a house for an exorbitant price is a foolish investment. And if you're budget conscious, you're certainly aware that living in $1 million home or area entails a high-cost lifestyle. This has the potential to jeopardize savings and asset accumulation. 3. Flashy cars and expensive flights. When Mark Zuckerberg was asked why he prefers to drive a simple Acura TSX, which costs roughly $30,000, he said that it is because it's safe, comfortable, and not showy. When it comes to car ownership, this is probably the most logical and true explanation. The majority of individuals view car ownership solely in terms of its monetary value. They are frequently unaware of how much it will cost them in the future. You may have assumed that, aside from flying business class, all wealthy individuals drive the most luxurious automobiles. You shouldn't be surprised to see a millionaire driving around in a cheap or even ancient car, not similar to other people who are subjected to cultural pressure. Indeed, according to research conducted by Experian Automotive, 60% of billionaires drive Fords, Toyotas, and Hondas. Given this, why spend more than 10% of your net worth on an expensive car when its value lessens in time? 4. Designer brands. A lot of people are perplexed as to why Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, has been wearing the same pair of trousers, black sweater, and sneakers for years. He dressed in non-obtrusive clothing, but he owns the most profitable tech empire in history. If you work so hard to get money, why put forth even more effort to prove it? Rich individuals, on the other hand, aren't always impressed by trendy designer sneakers that will be obsolete in a few months. Wealthy people understand that value requires more than just a price tag. As a result, they are exceedingly frugal with their spending. 5. Costly formal education. When you listen to the success stories of the world's wealthiest people, you'll discover that formal schooling played a minor role in their financial success. For the record, roughly a third of millionaires are college dropouts who turn down a piece of paper packaged into a degree in order to make it more appealing. I don't want to discourage anyone from pursuing meaningful formal education. But the truth is that formal education, or colleges to be more specific, work hard to keep our minds contained in a box. However, as you get into the real world, you'll be confronted with the harsh reality that the piece of paper you spent thousands of dollars on will never grant you financial independence. Rich people do not invest in pricey home tutoring services for their children's education. Instead, they expose their children to more valuable skills, experiences, and chances, which help them develop in the long run. This allows them to avoid college debt and low-paying employment while attending college. 6. TV entertainment and video games. Rich individuals do not become wealthy by lounging on the couch all day and staring at a screen. Those are average people's hobbies that do more harm than benefit to productivity. Immoderate use of video games and television is a waste of time, energy, and most significantly, money. Richer homes, those with net worth larger than $75,000, recorded much lesser TV durations and, as a result, more life fulfillment. Households with net worth less than $25,000 recorded absurdly high amounts of TV hours. Then, how can you expect to climb the financial ladder if you are only sitting while watching others become wealthy? 7. Fast food. While the ordinary person can't stop eating out every night, you'll see that wealthy people prefer more prudent dining options. You anticipate that the rich will be at the restaurant chain and order lunch for everyone, or even rent the entire place. But the truth is, even wealthy people use discount coupons to save money and make a fuss when a restaurant overcharges them solely because they are wealthy. For some, buying groceries is a better option than eating processed foods or eating out. Rich individuals also have a tendency to align themselves with healthier lifestyles, making junk food a huge no for them. And there you have it. You know now that wealthy people are not as lavish as we imagine. They are aware of where their money is spent and what they should avoid doing with it. They don't waste money on things that don't provide much in return. Even if they had all the money in the world, they still believe it is necessary to be careful with the money they have earned, as should everyone else. Thanks for tuning in. Do not forget to like this video by clicking the like button. If you want to upgrade your life from what you have to what you deserve, click the subscribe button now.